Chicago Bulls guard Lonzo Ball is undergoing a third knee surgery, a cartilage transplant surgery. What is that? What does it mean for his recovery? This is Dr. David Chow at Sports Injury Central. Yes, more commonly known as Pro Football Doc because of a couple of decades of experience as a head NFL team physician. But I helped several NBA franchises, including the Chicago Bulls and Minnesota Timberwolves in an official capacity, but those were as assistant physicians. We rely on a panel of pro basketball doctors, including John Heffernan, the former longtime Chicago Bulls doctor, as seen in The Last Dance with Michael Jordan. He opined this summer on Lonzo Ball that it likely is a struggle and opined the possibility of a second surgery.
And as you know, that's a long time after a knee scope. So I suspect there's been some glitch in his recovery, and I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't end up getting another scope at some point.
Now he's gone on to a third surgery. This surgery is a cartilage transplant surgery. No real details as to what kind of cartilage. There's the possibility of meniscus cartilage and the possibility of articular cartilage. He injured his knee in January, well over a year ago, has not played basketball in 14 months, and now is headed for an extended absence either way. It started with a meniscus trim and a bone bruise. The question is he not doing well because of the lack of meniscus, because the meniscus was removed, or is he not doing well because the bone bruise has caused the overlying articular cartilage to die out? Sometimes when an elephant stomps on the dirt, it compacts the dirt and the overlying grass dies out. The grass would be the articular cartilage, the dirt is the bone. And at this point, one has to worry about articular cartilage transplant in addition to meniscus transplant. There's been said to be some optimism with this procedure. I like optimism, but I guess the optimism is it gives him hope of a return because it's pretty clear he's not coming back without this. But I'm still a little bit pessimistic. This is a big procedure. There aren't a lot of cases of meniscus transplants or articular cartilage transplants working at high-level professional sports. Not very many at all. Back in the day, even 2 decades ago, I was on the cutting edge of performing a meniscus transplant and got a college player to return, but he did not go on to play in the pros. And articular cartilage is just as difficult. Remember, meniscus cartilage is the padding and articular cartilage is the covering on the end of the bone. Either way, because of the poor blood supply, it's very difficult to mimic. There are no good artificial alternatives, and it's very difficult to incorporate and grow meniscus cartilage or articular cartilage. Thus, it's a long way from optimism to think that Lonzo Ball is guaranteed to return. Chances are, look, it'd be great if he could return to the NBA, but even if he does, he's unlikely to be himself. There aren't a lot of examples out there. There's one example of Jordan Adams, a Grizzlies guard, also from UCLA, who had a cartilage transplant in his right knee, I think in 2016. He did not return ultimately to the NBA. He's playing in Venezuela, etc. I hope this gives Lonzo Ball a chance to return. It would be great news if he could return in some capacity to the NBA. It would be unheard of to return to a same capacity. Any way you look at it, he's not this 25-year-old point guard, even if he can return after missing all of next season. And yes, it takes that long to recover. He's likely not going to be the same player. He could make a short-term return, but he's not playing into his 30s. Best case scenario is a short-term return to NBA play. Look, I haven't examined him. We haven't examined him. Pro basketball docs have not examined him. We hope for the best. But this is the pattern here. Articular cartilage transplant would be taking a cadaver graft of fresh articular cartilage and a core of bone and transplanting it. Meniscus transplant would be taking a cadaver meniscus and trying to get it to grow, incorporate, and heal into his body. I fully expect him to miss all of next season. It would be great news if he missed all of next season and returned the following season for the 24-25 season, but there's still no guarantee for that. Very unfortunate for the young man. Let's wish him the best. But articular cartilage and meniscus transplants are not there yet. They're typically done to make people live life in a less painful fashion, walk and do activities of daily living. They're really not to the point of great success at high-level athletes, especially in the NBA. So let's see what happens, hope for the best, but not a lot of optimism here that Lonzo Ball can return to his previous level of fitness, play, and dynamic nature. However, we look forward to be proven wrong in this case. Go to Sports Injury Central, sicscore.com to see all the opinions of the pro basketball docs, not just football, NBA, Major League Baseball, college basketball, college football, and all sports in general. Hit the subscribe button here to get your information or go to sicscore.com.